Is John Porler an industry plant? This content creator has suddenly come up from nowhere. One moment we were having a typical end of the year with the craziness that is the Osu World Cup, and now all of a sudden this man is all over the place? You're seeing him all over Osu game. He keeps popping up on Osu Twitter. Fuck, he even somehow made it into the Osu house with BTMC?
Oh my gosh! You broke my chair! That chair is $600!
Next thing you know, and he's in your basement, in your walls, accusing Saito of touching him. And now you're seeing him in your dreams? What the heck's going on? And so naturally, people have been saying that he's Osu's first industry plant. Well, what is the definition of an industry plant? Well, according to Wikipedia, an industry plant is a pejorative used to describe musicians who become popular through nepotism, inheritance, wealth, or their connections in the music industry rather than their own merits. Artists described as industry plants often present themselves as independent and self-made, but are alleged to have their public images manufactured for them by record labels. Man, it's hard to read. So this is what people have been calling John Porler this entire time. But in order to really see if this is all that he really is, we need to actually take a look at his YouTube channel. Alright, so here's his channel. Let's take a look at his oldest video, 5 months ago. It hasn't even been 6 months since his YouTube channel has had its first video. And I can try to imagine why people have come to the assumption that he is an industry plant. I'm sure it just started out with one person saying the term industry plant and it just catching on as wildfire as like the main term here. But eventually we keep scrolling down and boom, BTMC challenged me. And then not long after that, I teamed up with BTMC. And so within the span of maybe 4 to 5 months, it appears that he has ran a collaboration with the face of Osu content himself, BTMC. Now, is this what it actually seems? I don't fucking know. I'm not John Porler. I don't know if this is all there is to it, but from an outside perspective, only looking at his YouTube channel, that's what it looks like. And you may be wondering, what am I thinking? Well, to understand what I'm thinking, let's go ahead and unravel my perspective on what I've quietly been watching unfold throughout this entire time, alright? So, the first time I saw John Porler was when someone mentioned him or shared one of his videos in BTMC's chat one morning or afternoon. And so BTMC, naturally, he reacted to the video and he was like, yeah, I've actually been watching this guy's videos for some time. It's pretty cool stuff. And then he started to critique him about clickbait and all that. And so after saying that and giving more feedback, he encouraged John Porler to pop off and take a challenge to beat him in a score or something. And John Porler does exactly that and cements this direct interaction with BTMC on his main channel. Then BTMC sees John Porler's feat on stream during the Osu World Cup and says that John Porler's the future of Osu content. BTMC acknowledges that John Porler is bringing game to the table and that he may have some competition as the face of Osu content if he leaves them unchecked. I'm just trying to make this look silly. Like, don't take my words seriously. I'm just adding some pizzazz to it, okay? Then BTMC reached out to John Porler in DMs. And then the question of collaboration came up, which led to John Porler literally flying over to the Osu house within a couple days of said interaction. And there you go. Within just the span of a couple months, he had gone from uploading his first video to speedrunning a direct in-person collaboration with the face of Osu content himself, BTMC, and also getting along with other Osu figures and content creators at CD's invitational event.
Dude, he's in optimal missionary position. I can fuck the shit out of him right now.
That's where the Saito accusations came from, by the way. And this is why I believe people are bringing in the term industry plants, because literally, like, from an outside perspective, for most people, he literally just showed up on BTMC's stream in his fucking room, where he streams himself playing Osu and Genshin and Minecraft and Artistry, which is also Minecraft and other things. Like, has that ever happened before? Like, someone who has just appeared to have just launched their content creation endeavors in the Osu niche suddenly in BTMC's room. Like, it's hard not to come to assumptions when that happens, right? So, with all of this in mind, what do I personally think? Well, originally, I would have said, I don't fucking know. Because I don't want to think he's an industry plant. Like, I'm sure it's just completely coincidental that all of these things just happened. You know, look. If this was an actual industry plant, I am sure for a fact that it actually, like, that all of this would have been engineered to look more natural and organic. It would have been, like, planned out even more meticulously to make it seem natural. That, oh, he built up a relationship with BTMC. It wasn't just all spontaneous. Or, I mean, I'm just assuming things. I don't know if it was actually spontaneous or not. But at the end of it all, I think it's all just like this all just happened to happen naturally. You know, key things just seem to happen at just the right times by chance. And Edward and John Porler happened to become friends naturally. I don't think there's anything more to that. I don't think it's that deep. I don't think it's as deep as the Osu community is making it out to be. Especially not deep enough to fucking make a call for an execution. Sending him death threats? Come on, Osu community. Why do we have to do this? It's like almost the same time of the year too. Like last year we had the thing that happened with Aaron's channel, fucking sending death threats to a rising Osu content creator. Dude, what is it's about that time of the year, isn't it, huh? It's about that. I can't fucking believe it, dude. Sure, this can't be a coincidence, right? Like, it's like new year, new death threat campaign. So I'm sure like someone else has brought up a conversation like this, but death threats, fucking death threats. Really? You want this person to die for trying to make Osu content? There was also some interesting things I saw someone else bring up on Twitter where, like, it was like, oh, he started off by copying all of Binfy's older content. Okay, and who cares? Listen. In order to learn how to make Osu content, you have to kind of take the templates of what has worked before from other channels and implement it and put it into practice. You can try and twist it and like yoink and twist it, as Ludwig would say, and make it more interesting and make it more original, but that still gets in the way. Listen, when I made my 10-hour Big Black video, I was desperate. I was absolutely depressed at the state of my channel and not making content for like 2 years. After I pledged to myself to start making higher effort content for the Osu community, I had stopped and I was desperate to make anything to get the momentum going, anything to get the ball rolling, any bit of content. And so from my perspective, I don't care if it's true that John Porler blatant, like, apparently completely copied Binfy's older videos. It's so silly to get mad about, dude. Those were his first videos, right? he's just trying to learn how to make long-form Osu content. And this is where the other thing comes in that I was going to bring up earlier. This isn't his first endeavor in making Osu content. Turns out, he has a TikTok account with over 200,000 followers. This isn't his first attempt at making content. It's not his first attempt at making content. He's done this before. He's just trying to expand into the long form area, build up his reputation as an Osu content creator, and help bring... This is just something I've heard someone else say. He's just trying to make Osu more mainstream, is what I get, or what I've heard some people say. So, yeah, like... I don't know why the Osu community does it. It's like it's full of elitists or something. I don't know. But whenever someone new shows up into the space and they dare to even show any amount of personality that doesn't match the already popular people in the Osu space, it's a fucking witch hunt. It's a fucking, like, sticks and stones break their bones. And what's left is just the dust of someone who tried to lift the Osu space and content space to higher heights. My bottom line here is John Porler was simply just actively present as a content creator and wasn't afraid to be where he needed to be to receive the luck that was genuine interactions with BTMC and other creators. He was just present. He put himself on the spot. That's it. I think it's just a coincidence that it looks like he's an industry plant from the outside. Like, I don't think it's actually real. Okay. My bottom line is we need more Osu content. I don't care if it's slop. We have to start from somewhere, and sometimes people have to start from slop before they build themselves up to be able to make something that isn't considered slop. Alright? And listen, I've also fallen victim to Osu content molasses syndrome, or OCMS for short. My own uploads have slowed down, and while I'm working behind the scenes to streamline my own content creation process so that I can post content more often with more consistency as a 26-year-old adult, it's just difficult. I mean, it's difficult for anyone, man. But consistency is the key thing that sets apart anyone from being a decent content creator. And so, while I'm working on trying new things out, I just want to make funny things. And I think John Porler is just trying to make funny things. Listen, it's not that deep. He's just trying to make things funny. He's just trying to make funny Osu content. And just because his humor doesn't match your humor, come on, man. Here's what's going on, right? The reason why I think some people, including BTMC, are saying John Porler is the future of Osu content is because he's not afraid to bring in humor that doesn't already align with the humor that's within the Osu content space. He's bringing in humor that people in the content space, that people in the Osu community would call normie humor, normal people humor, like a humor that someone on the street would probably laugh at. Like something that like a coworker at work would probably laugh at. I don't know. At least that's what I'm getting from his most recent tweet that led to the entirety of Osu Twitter to send him death threats. I still can't get over that, dude. Within the first half of 2024 was when Aaron had that whole thing happen to him where he got all those death threats. Now it's John Porler. Who's it gonna be next year, Osu community? Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be me? Are you gonna tell me to die? Are you gonna tell this face to die? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm gonna bring in my own weird humor. Just you wait. Just you wait. I got my own silly shit, and I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna be freaky, and you're gonna hate it or love it or whatever. It's here, baby. Instead of shooting down newer creators entering into the space, we should be celebrating that another person has decided that they want to make OSU content at all. We should be encouraging newer creators to make more OSU content rather than casting doubts and hate towards them for even trying in the first place. The more OSU content creators the community has, the more it will have a chance to grow the game. How many people have been introduced to the game through OSU content on YouTube? Think about it. I know I'm just saying this as a smaller creator who hasn't created much content yet, but I think the point still stands. If anything, I'm supportive of him creating more OSU content. I don't know exactly what he's going to be bringing to the table next, but I'll be watching. And listen, I'm going to be real for a couple of seconds, so please spare me some time here. I've been struggling with a lot behind the scenes, and I'm not gonna open it all out in this video, but basically, higher effort content is going to come back to this channel. Operation Content Snowball has started, and summary is I've been stuck working on like 7 to 9 videos at the same fucking time. It's a really bad situation to be in. So I'm starting with the easiest and fastest videos to make, and working my way up to the slowest and hardest videos to make. I need to bring momentum back. I need to break out of OSU content molasses syndrome. I miss making content. I want to make more content. So, I really would appreciate it if you show any support. So, yeah, subscribe to the channel. Join our Discord. We have a Discord channel. Check out the Clips channel. I don't know. I don't know what people think about Clips channel content. I recently saw a tweet where there was like some negative connotation with like it being categorized as slop content, but I mean, I have an entire team like working together with a system that we put up on ClickUp to guarantee weekly uploads on our Clips channel. So I'm not working alone anymore, at least not for the Clips channel. So if you're not able to be around for my live streams, you'll get the juicy bits right there on the Clips channel. I think the hardest thing about being a small content creator in the OC space, at least, is dealing with all the hate that you get. A new face stumbling into the scene, and people are quick to judge. People are quick to make assumptions, to label you. It's difficult to push through that because you love OSU. I love OSU. I love the OSU community. So when I try and make something funny and people call it disgusting, gross, it's difficult. So no one deserves death threats for trying to make something new. It's absolutely heartbreaking to me. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Hey, listen, Fuck, my glasses. Hey, listen. I don't usually like to cover drama. My last video was just a fabricated joke. I thought it was funny. I don't know if anyone else thought it was funny. But, yeah. Listen, man. At the end of the day, life is too precious to call for the execution of someone. I don't think he did anything wrong. What did he do? Commit genocide? I don't think so. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say, though. So, hey, if you like the video, like the video. If you hated what this video is about, leave a dislike. Fuck it. Send all the hatred my way in the comments down below. It's about time I start getting hate, right? It seems like a rite of passage for anyone trying to create content in the OC space. Get the mob after you. Anyways, YouTube thinks that you might want to watch this next, so give it a chance. You never know, you might actually think it's funny.